August has been home to many great new games, but we were to talk about what you can play offline. The actual quality kind that you can play anywhere, anytime. There's over 20 single-player games to pick up on your Android and iOS today. First of all, it's been a while we have been waiting, but World of Insanity 2 is now finally out again, and honestly, this thing takes survival horror and then cranks it into pure nightmare fuel. It's a little like Resident Evil 5 in overall feel, although you're dropped into this twisted world where reality feels quite rotten. Your squad have entered this cold slayer and none of them's back. Now it's just you stuck in a nightmare stitched together from decay and blood. And you're all fighting to claw your way back home. Every bullet matters, every shadow hides something worse every time, and the Cold's Trap isn't just a place. It's actually alive. There's new monsters, new environments, and a new story with a deeper tragedy here. It's got a free demo, the full game's about $5. Now, of course, we've mentioned it before, but Totally Accurate Battle Simulator has finally, officially and globally landed on mobile, and it's bringing its signature brand of ridiculous strategy mayhem with it on Android and now finally iOS. You're going to be pitting everything in this game, from Roman legionnaires to Apache warriors, dragons, and even woolly mammoths against each other in these absurd physics-based battles. You can play through its campaign, mess around in sandbox, or jump into multiplayer for whatever you want. I mean, years of updates mean that mobile players are now getting the full polished experience here. The same old crazy matchups, the warriors, and that endless who's gonna win this time scenario. This was released only a few days ago, and if you missed it before, Gumball 3K World Tour is another racing game we've come across with quality, but it's not just another racer. It's the official game of one of the craziest street rally series ever made, and you're not just driving, you're living that flashy Gumball lifestyle, cruising real rally cars and rubbing tires with celebrities. In fact, the game drops you into the 25th anniversary run, tearing across Southeast Asia from Vietnam to Singapore skylines, and it's got arcade style to the max. Quick to pick up, tough to master, and you can even tweak your ride with custom liveries, upgrades, and even dig out your driver and co-driver. This one's pure high-octane energy all the way. It's a free game too. Alternate Worlds out now on Android only, and it's a pretty grim adventure type of game. First of all, it's a mix of puzzle, shooting, like first-person, adventure, and some deep meaning. The game throws you basically into this collapse in civilization where everything's gone sideways, no power, no communication, and people turning into straight-up monsters. The cel-shaded and the whole vibe does really add a lot to it. Here, you and your friend are stuck in the middle of this whole nonsense, scraping by one shot to just make it through. The game mixes survival with exploration, including scavenging for supplies, restoring generators, and definitely some cool retro vibes as well. Like one minute yourself in a puzzle, the next one you're trudging through snow and fog, hoping the world doesn't swallow you whole. It's pretty bleak, it's tense, and strangely satisfying as well. Although still in its alpha phase, it's fully coming out on both platforms in about a couple of months. However, it's going to be coming back on stores through another beta next week, so keep it in mind. That's why we are mentioning this game here. That Fight School Sim is, first of all, it's not a fighting game here. It's about running your very own martial arts empire. You start small, setting up mats and gear, and then slowly turning your humble abode into a training ground. Meaning, you gotta recruit students, teach them moves, and watch them evolve into fighters who actually represent your school. But it's not just training. Other rival schools will test you, there's a mafia, and it's up to you and your students to defend your honor. It's a pretty good game. Goat Simulator 3 Multiverse, on the other hand, is basically Goat Simulator gone wild across multiple different realities once again. You're still a goat, causing madness wherever you go. Think Rick and Morty meets Jackass, but with headbutts and just total nonsense. It's that kind of a game. You get 8 different goats, one crazier than another, with these weird powers, and there's over 100 different gears to customize however you desire. You can jump between different universes and just mess stuff up in ways that make zero sense. But that's actually the real fun in this game. It's got the dialogue system, people talk, you bleed, it's classic. It's got mini games, side quests to keep things fresh while you wreak havoc. So if you want something goofy, absurd, fun on mobile, this might be your jam, although the DLC takes you about $9. Silt, on the other hand, is like diving in a way twisted underwater dream somewhere between Limbo and Subnautica. The game is just full of creepy monsters that you can, however, possess. You're this lone diver in this bleak black and white abyss, solving these environmental puzzles by controlling these bizarre sea monsters. It's got this killer vibe, all sketched out art from the mind behind the game Mr. Dread, and a mood that really sticks with you long after you just put the game down. Like I said, think of it like Limbo meets The Abyss, but just way more unsettling. It's offline, no fluff, just pure surreal exploration and puzzle solving. It's got a free demo. If you want something weird, atmospheric, and totally unique, Silt is gonna be your next obsession.
In a lawless world, ravaged by chaos.
Up next at number 8, we've got Cat Quest 3. This game's finally here, and it's not just another cute cat game, it's a full-on swashbuckling RPG with claws. You step into the paws of a pirate puss just sailing across seas, blasting ships, and get into dungeons that'll have you swapping between land and water like it's nothing. It looks adorable, sure, but don't let it fool you because the gameplay is surprisingly deep with quests, battles, and plenty of loot to chase. The best part, though, is you can buy it once and you can play it across iPhone, iPad, and Mac because it's an iOS exclusive at the moment. It's even free to try right now, so honestly, no excuses. These pirate cats mean business. Moving on to number 8, there is Enter the Gungeon mobile. And yeah, for those of you who played both games, it actually takes the Exit the Gungeon's high points and flips it just vertical. Like instead of crawling through endless rooms, you're blasting your way in crazy ways. It's pretty fast, it's quite messy, and you'll dodge roll like your life depends on it because it absolutely does in this game. Anyway, this demo lets you rip through the first area as much as you want, and anything you unlock carries straight into full game. No grinding currencies, no hidden paywalls, just raw bullet hell madness with style, secrets, and loot that keep every run unpredictable. On second hands, we've also got Exit the Gungeon, which then takes the chaos of Enter the Gungeon and flips it on its head as well. And instead of diving down, you're climbing up elevators packed with enemies, bullets, and absolute madness. Every different run gives you a shifting arsenal, like one second you're blasting with a shotgun and the next one you're zapping foes with some absurdly energy cannon. The dodge roll's still your best friend. The gauntlet's just nastier than ever. This one's also fast, it's pretty weird, it never lets you breathe, and you can wear hats this time. Not that it matters anyway. Spin-off or not, Exit the Gungeon is a wild climb, definitely worth taking if you played Enter the Gungeon as well. Fast Food Restaurant Burger 3D, it's the name of the game, is a rather frantic cooking sim where speed, multitasking, and kitchen chaos collides all together in a great way. You start with a simple burger stand and just hustle your way up to a booming fast food empire, grilling patties, baking pizzas, fry, and serving picky customers before their patience runs out. So every second counts, and the game's environment is actually pretty well made compared to most simulation games, where upgrading your gear and unlocking new recipes is just key to your survival. You can combo meals, it's got rush hour madness, precision timing to keep the heat on. If you like games like Cooking Fever or Diner Dash, this one dishes out the chaos in satisfying snack-sized bursts whenever you dive in. Well, I think we've mentioned Chants of Sennaar before, and if you missed it, this has to be one of the most unique puzzle games that's dropped on Android and iOS. You play as this mysteriously looking traveler that's exploring a tower where each floor speaks a different language and no one in the game understands each other. It's like decoding a lost civilization one conversation at a time. Like you're gonna be sketching symbols, piece together grammar, and slowly crack entire languages to breach cultures. It's got that Mobius style art, think trippy Euro comics meets ancient myths, and it nails both vibes as well. The puzzles are smart, the story is quite powerful, it ain't your average mobile brain teaser. It's like Heaven's Vault meets Journey. It's got a free demo, the full game is about $7. Give it a go if it all clicks. Up next at number 13, it's Shin-Chan Summer Vacation, which is one of those games that hits the perfect spot on one of those days when you're just stuck inside working on summer vacation. Like it's here to fix specifically that itch. It's now on mobile through Crunchyroll's Game Vault on Android and iOS. It's basically a laid-back summer holiday just wrapped in Shin-Chan's weirdness. Like 1 minute you're fishing, you're catching bugs, wandering around town, and even battling dinosaurs like it's casual Pokemon fever dream. The game is definitely inspired by the classic tales of its series. It's about those cozy, nostalgic vacation vibes. It's just now pocket size on your phone for free.
They do not want us down there.
This has to be brought up one more time because Subnautica just hit mobile and it's the full game. Not for free, it's about $9. It's a survival sandbox, but then on the water. The story is you have crash landed on an alien planet and everything wants to consume you. It's got way more chill than it sounds though, until it's really not. The core game is like you're gathering materials, crafting subs, building underwater bases and diving into the deep to figure what went wrong in the first place that you came here. As for the gameplay quality, the controls are pretty good, they're touch friendly, the visuals are rather solid, and it actually runs very well on different devices. I would have to say for $9 it's a pretty big steal if you're into survival games with serious atmosphere. Just watch it, it's not that chill of a game, it really tests your nerves. Moving on to number 15, we've got Truck Simulator Big Rigs. And this one nails that classic American trucking vibe with an open world that feels huge and quite detailed as well. And you're not just driving here, you're building an empire. Think of it like that. You're buying garages, upgrading engines, and hauling cargo on everything from single trailers to these monstrous rifles. And as for gameplay, the physics feel pretty real, so that cargo weight actually matters on those windy days and with asphalts, and like whether you're in the middle of a city or you're in the mountain. It's got a day and night cycle, weather changes, and even walking around your vehicle adds a layer of immersion because you can do that. It's not that flashy, but if you've ever wanted to experience long haul trucking with all the gritty details, this one's definitely got you covered. It's free.
Don't you wonder about your place? Whether the scales tip in your favor or...
Moving on to number 16, we've got Hunt and Hook Frontier, which has been out now for a week on Android and iOS, serving up a pretty wild mix of arcade-style hunting and fishing action. So whether you're stalking deer in the forest or reeling in some swordfish on the open seas, it's got that satisfying outdoorsy vibe without ever leaving your couch. And this one's also not about realism, considering it's a simulation game, it's about the action. It packs plenty of animals, gears, and customization to keep things fresh, and the gameplay stays tight and focused. Like, it doesn't really have a huge open world, which actually works in this kind of mobile game, but it does have quality. If you do want a quick, fun hunt without the real world hassle, give it a go. Look, great Memories of Azur just landed on iOS and Android, and it is legitimately everything you didn't know you needed. First of all, this isn't your typical platformer. It's a super stunning hand-drawn masterpiece where you control these 3 siblings, each with their own wild abilities, and you're gonna be switching pretty seamlessly to solve puzzles and take down different enemies because you need to, since each one has a unique power. The story is pretty deep and emotional as you gotta guide the last hope of this magical race through a shattered world on the brink of extinction. In fact, Greg is a rare mobile gem that feels like a full-on console experience right in your pocket. If you love clever gameplay and great adventure, don't sleep on this one. It's gorgeous, it's got tight controls, and a heart-filled story as well. coming up behind that, number 18, although we really wanted to mention this one before, but finally, Snufkin Melody of Moominvalley is another game that serves major vibes for anybody down for a cozy, feel-good adventure. In this game, you're restoring nature and helping these locals in this valley while sabotaging some super ugly parks that are ruining the place. It's a musical adventure type of game, pretty chill mix of puzzle, stealth, and melodic vibes all wrapped up in this beautiful Nordic style, plus the soundtrack is something legitimately out of the world. This game is all about good tunes, good stories, and exploring a world that feels straight out of a storybook. Definitely worth checking out for a wholesome, low-key experience. Growbot is like if WALL-E and a point-and-click adventure had a baby. It's also inspired by the Sennaar games, like here you play as this adorable little wide-eyed robot trying to save her space station from an evil. It's all hand-drawn charm with alien plans, these weird little buddies to fix stuff with no big talk, just pure feels. Think the famous recent The Longing game, but just in space and with more robot. The art's top-notch, the soundtracks are chill but immersive, totally passing the vibe, and it's got charm all around it. It's a $4 grab, perfect for anyone who likes their adventure games with a side of cute and cosmic.
Now streets lie empty, static fills the air. If you're in trouble, the police aren't coming.
Well, at number 20, Our Last Way Out is a side-scrolling love child of Metal Slug and The Last of Us. Like, it hits like that. The year is 2045, humanity's toast, mutants run the block, and you're just a dad with a flamethrower and a shot at saving his daughter. The game is fully offline, no fluff. You can craft different weapons. It's got 80 different parts for you to mix and match. You can build up your base and tear through different missions that actually switch things up the further you go. It's got stealth puzzles and horde fights. It's not only that, you get to play with 5 different playable characters, each with their own style. The game's got no microtransactions, no BS, just pixel grid and pure survival. Free to try. Surprisingly dope. Number 21, it is Metropolis, which is another point-and-click gem and definitely one of a kind. It's like if Indiana Jones got lost in a retro future planet and then bumped into some evil ancients. The game is all hand-drawn, so of course it's full of charm. You play as this guy called Henry, which is a archaeologist just chasing legends while cracking puzzles and dodging spooky vibes. This game's fully voiced, so the story's got some meat. Plus, it packs those moments where your future brain tries to figure out the story. If you loved Luna, the Shadow Dust, this is the spiritual sibling, but with a sci-fi twist and a sprinkle of humor. Out now for $4, no ads, no BS. And last but not least, finally on Android and iOS with its Pocket Edition, we've got Wargroove 2. And if you missed it before, this is a pixel-perfect tactical warfare right in your pocket. It's like, at first glance, it's all charming sprites and simple grid-based battles like Fire Emblem, but it's pretty deep. It's got brain-eating strategy, and every move can make or break your army. The game's got 3 different story campaigns and meaty 20-hour narrative. You're going to be commanding different factions, unlock new units, and unleash powers from over 20 different commanders. And beyond that, a full roguelike campaign for like endless replay. Plus both online and hot seat multiplayer to test your tactics against real players. Add in a level editor, and yeah, it is tactical warfare that never runs dry. Thanks for watching.